No. Nobody know how to do it like Rico. Rico, call me if this is single. No, sir. I'm just playing. Just not playing. What? What is it? Turned out to be the best ever. If Rico was smart, I think I'll be his baby mama. No, son. That's why I'm not. Yo. Rico. Alright, don't worry about it. I'll take that. Hi guys, welcome to another story time. Hi, my name is Tasha. I do have another channel called Tasha's Society where I do hair, beauty, topics, everything over there. And I do have another channel called Tasha Jean. This is Tasha Jean, right? That's Tasha Reacts, where I do reactions. Alright, thank you for everybody who has subscribed to me. Check me out. I truly appreciate you. Okay, so this is another story time. Maybe I had to I write down like everybody's name, but this person I forgot. Okay, so if you guys, you know, I always have to give you a background. I already have a story about this person. So I'm gonna explain to you how I met, and this is the time that, okay, I'm gonna explain it because you can say, Tasha, you wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna explain. So there was this dude, his name was Rico. Okay, Rico, I knew Rico for a long time. Okay, Rico used to be that type of dude that liked everybody. Yo, Rico didn't have a type. He didn't care. Rico liked everybody, right? So okay, so back in the days, I'm gonna use the dynamic how I know Rico, right? So I'm gonna explain how I know Rico. Rico back in the days, if you guys don't remember story time when I was explaining about Tongue Ring and how Tongue Ring ended up breaking up with me for my boy Pat. Okay, so I'm gonna explain all that. So if you didn't catch up that story time, catch up, you know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of stories and I'm still newer, so people are just catching videos here and there, but a lot of these people are already spoken about, right? So Rico, I knew Rico for years, right? So Rico used to be Tara's best friend back in the days, right? So if you guys, I don't think I brought LJ to this channel yet. Okay, so back in the days, I used to have a dude named LJ that was my best friend. Like, he was my best friend before Judah was my best friend, right? He was like my real friend, right? He was the friend of the family. He has been part of my family. Everybody knows him. LJ used to work in the movie theaters, right? And LJ was significantly older than me. I ended up meeting LJ because my first, he was older, right? I lied to my first and told my friend first I was 18 and I was like 13, 14. Yeah. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of drama, but I'll explain all that later, right? So me and LJ, we became friends because LJ started taking me in as his little sister. So LJ was from a hood, right? He was from like the projects, okay? So LJ used to have like mad BRTCHs. Mad girls used to come. LJ was really respected. His brother was really respected. So we all used to always hang around there. Tara used to live literally around the corner from LJ, right? She's not from the hood, but the dude that she was effing with was from the hood. And I'm going to say that story because that's a whole story of how I met Tara and all that, right? So Tara ended up messing with this dude Tessa's man. Well, it was actually Tara's man first, but at school we found Tara was a new girl who came to our school and Tessa was my home skillet. When Tara came to school, everybody was ready to kind of fight Tara because Tessa found out that her man was cheating on her, and it was with Tara. But Tara was new to school. I remember everybody was confronting her, everybody was kind of bullying her. So I think I was the first one to go up to her to ask her, like, for real, like, what happened, blah, blah, blah. She ended up telling me, like, I've been with this man over blah, blah, blah years. So, you know, Tessa ended up leaving the dude alone, whatever. Okay? So, Tessa and I, Tessa and I, Tara and I, we became like cool, right? After, you know, more like high and by. But Tara, she was very like boy happy. That's every kid, every of us who went through that. Like boy happy, she was in love. I'm gonna call him KM. So she was in love with KM, right? KM, he was a dark skinned dude. At the time, he was not cute, okay? KM was not cute, not at all, right? But Tessa and her end up having beef because of KM, because KM was end up dating Tessa, and then Tara was his main chick. But then Tara ended up transferring to Brighton, and then they end up finding out that they were messing with the same guy, you know, anyways, right? So they end up, you know, squashing the beef, because I think I was like more the middleman, like, you know, she didn't know, blah 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 blah, because Tessa was ready to fight her, like, and I'm like, what, you know, and she was hurt because she liked the dude, and she was with the dude and whatever. So she ended up staying with the dude because the dude ended up like, because Tara was prettier than Tessa, so he ended up staying with Tara, and me and Tara started becoming cool from there, right? Like here and there we'll talk, hey girl, haha. Tara was funny, she was nice, and I used to chill with LJ a lot. And that used to be like Tara's route, like, because we both used to take the 34. So she'll take the 34, but I didn't know her boyfriend was from the same projects as LJ, right? So we're just like, so we started kind of being cool because of that, right? Because her boyfriend used to be from the hood, but her LK used to think, LJ used to think that I was messing with what was his name? LK? Child's gonna be so confusing, right? Because he's gonna be a couple story times too. But I used to tell like LJ, like, no, that's Tara's man. So Tara used to start like trickling, hanging around with us for a little bit, you know, chilling with us for a little bit, and we end up finding out that, you know, like, you know, LK was a hoe, like, cause even when I was like chilling with LJ will tell me like, oh, LK is one of the little niggas from the hood, you know, he's like a hoe. Yeah, and he had another girlfriend that was from the hood, and I think I told her, and she used to cry, and he'll, you know, she was like, yo, that girl went through heartbreak with that dude, man. I hope she's happy, because even though I don't get along with her, that girl went through a lot. So so we end up like chilling. We're always together, you know, here and there, because I told you I'm a friend hopper. So I had Keisha, Aisha at the time. I was still chilling with Drama. I was still chilling with what was her name? I forgot her name. Dara. I was still chilling with everybody. I had like a lot of friends, so I used to like friend hop. But at the time, me and Tara became close. Like me and Tara became cool. Tara, you know, started confiding in me a little bit, but we weren't the closest, because Tara was like that friend, like you talk here and there, but she has a boyfriend, you know, you won't really hear from her. Cool. But I didn't take it personal, because back in the days, all of us did that. Like we didn't really hang out with each other for real. So Tara and I told you, we end up growing, like talking here and there, and then Tara ended up having a car. Then she was dating this dude named Ike, and Ike used to beat the shit out of that girl, man. He used to beat her, but she wouldn't tell me. She would tell Samantha. And I think a lot of my friends are like that. Like they pick and choose what they want to tell me. Maybe because I'm that friend that's kind of like, I want so good for you, I'm too hard, so people don't really like to be honest with me. Because I am that person like, no girl, you deserve the best. And I think in her mind, Samantha is so sweet. And Samantha was that friend like, oh my God, you know, and you need that balance. You need a Samantha and you need a me. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that will be real with you and say, no, this is wrong, blah, blah, blah. And you need a Samantha that will kind of, you know, help you through it. You know what I'm saying? So I, you know, Samantha, it's crazy because, you know, Samantha used to go to our school too, but Samantha and Tara were really close. And I would just say hi and bye, because a lot of people just used to say hi to me in high school. Like, hey, what's up, you know, hi. But I'm not going to act like everybody was my friend. Everybody knew who I was, just like I knew a lot of people, but I'm not going to sit here and play it off like, oh, I was mad popular. You know, I knew a lot of people. you know, and I was funny, and I mind my business, and I didn't really stay in people's drama. And what I learned in high school, when people have beef, I always try to give them like a solution instead of like, yeah, go fuck her up, da da da. Nah, because I think like, why are we fighting? You know what I'm saying? Because you know, high school, people always want you to do whatever, but I always give you a solution like, is it really worth it? Whatever. Alright, cool. So we all kind of move on. We're all hanging out, we're all chilling, and now we're grown up, we're out of high school, you know. Me, Tara, and it was me, Tara, I forgot who else went, but we ended up going to Bunker Hill Community College, right? So this is the college years. So that, I will tell you, nigga, I wish, like I always say that, like I wish I was so smart to see my worth and I didn't meet my daughter's father. Like, I feel like I would have went far. Man, I was doing so good in school, so good in school, right? And this is like, me and Tara started becoming cool, because now Tara's kind of driving, but Tara, she's not really around for real, because she was kind of really like in love with Ike. Now LK was gone, okay? She ended up leaving LK. I think LK ended up getting locked up, so now she's dating this dude named Ike. He was like a short little boy. She came from LK, who was mad tall, to the short little man that was mad mean, that would not want her. No, it wasn't LK. What was that dude's name? Oh my god. But okay, so she was dating this other dude. LK came, Ike came later. So she was dating this other dude, right? Oh my god, how did I forget him? Okay, so she ended up moving on from LK, and she ended up meeting this dude. I think his name was I'll just use his name as Rav, even though he's not really gonna be, or yeah, he probably will. So Rav, she was like infatuated with Rav, right? Rav was this tall dude, light skin, wasn't the cutest looking dude. I kind of felt like LK looked better. LK was just very dark and wore really bright colors, but LK was the best looking dude that Shorty dated, right? So she ended up dating this dude named Rav. Oh my god, and she was infatuated with Rav. But the problem with Rav was, LK will do his own thing, she'll spend time with LK. But Rav will try to eliminate her from people. Like, you know when those people are abusive and they try to eliminate you and put you in a secluded place? That's how it was with Rav, right? So Rav was like a type of dude that was really like, yo, he didn't like anybody. Everyone was a problem. He would say hi to me, but he would tell her like, oh, I don't like her, I don't like her. Like, he didn't like any of us, right? So me and Tara didn't really hang out. So this is the time I started chilling with Keisha harder, right? Because Aisha ended up leaving. That's when I found out Aisha was messing with Polo. And then me and Keisha started being mad cool. So I started chilling around Keisha's projects a little bit more, hanging out with Keisha hard, whatever, right? So this is the time frame I'm dating my daughter's father, right? What name? I'll call my daughter's father Moped. All right, because that's what they call him, you know. So okay, so I started dating my daughter's father. So my Keisha used to be a type of girl, I told you, she was enjoying her life. She was effing everybody, baby, everybody. So, and Keisha's the type of girl, she recycles niggas. Like, she had a nigga every day. She was having sex with every man, every way, every how, whatever. She always had a man in her bed. So Tara started hanging out with this dude named Rav. So Rav and her, so we wouldn't really see Tara. Only time I'll hear from Tara is if Rav hit her, Rav was disrespectful, Rav was cheating, stuff like that. You only hear from Tara when things are going really bad or really downhill. She'll call crying, oh my god, how can I believe what I do? I love him, da 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 da, whatever. Okay, cool. So then she ends up kind of like breaking up her Rav. She just started dating she started going back and forth with LK, and then now she was dating the short dude named Ike, right? So between these time frames, Shorty started partying a lot, right? So Rico was her best friend. I knew Rico because of Tongue Ring, my ex, right? No, I knew Rico before Tongue Ring, but I can't remember how I met Rico. But me and Rico would talk here and there. Me and Rico was mad cool, like here and there, whatever. But when I was dating Doinggg, which I didn't date Doinggg for long. So these men, like, I feel like I had no loyalty to for real, right? And Doinggg was doing me wrong. He was messing with people. He was trying to holler at my friends. Me and Doinggg only dated for like 2-3 months. Never had sex, never did nothing, but Doinggg was always around, right? Doinggg was my prom date. I was always with Doinggg. Doinggg and me would talk on the phone. Doinggg was a type of dude, like, he was really cool, but I would never get back with Doinggg. Like, you know, we always talked on the phone. We, you know, my baby shower, he was there for my baby shower. Doinggg was that ex that we became cool, but we didn't really have a real relationship. But the fact it was like always what if type of thing, right? So Rico was cool. Rico used to party. Like, Rico was really popular, right? He was like a Haitian dude that he was really in love with his baby mother. And I think that's how me and Rico started becoming cool, because Rico would start like asking me advice. Cause, you know, back in the days we were younger, and his baby mother was beautiful, man. God rest her soul. I heard she passed away. Beautiful girl, y'all. Everybody's like, how Rico get her? But they used to go, like, they were the first person I seen baby mama drama when we was young. None of us had kids, so Rico will party. Shorty will be jealous. Rico's having sex. And I was like, ew, why do people like Rico? Oh, I'm gonna tell you. So Rico started being mad cool with Tara. So Rico started becoming like, Tara started becoming a party head. So Tara will party a lot, because now she got a car. Now, you know, when you get a car, you're young, everybody's gonna use you. So Tara's always at a party. Tara's always at an event. I didn't party like that at the time, because I was really kind of a little obsessed with my daughter's father. Because at the time, me and Moped, we was just like starting to date. We was always together. So me and Keisha used to hang out a lot, because Keisha used to live around the corner where my baby daddy Moped lived, because Moped ended up moving in a room with his boy, right? But it was actually his boy's girl's house, but she lost custody of her kid, and she had an extra room, and then he was like, yeah, just move in, right? So it just kind of became like a trap house in a way. But it was, you know, we had fun. I started becoming cool with my baby Moped's boy's girl. We started becoming cool, but I kind of felt fake, because Keisha used to mess with her man. So Keisha used to be in the house in and out with us all the time, but Keisha was a little bit mean to her, because I think because Keisha just kind of felt like, oh, like, oh, you know, if I want to, I can, because I told you that's the type of girl Keisha is. If she wants, she's the type of girl, she sees you, she will F with your man on purpose to see if she just can F with your man, right? So her and homeboy will mess, like, you know, flirt, whatever. But I know that he wasn't messing with her, because there was a point he was kind of faithful with her in the beginning, right? So so we are all like kind of like talking, hanging out. So I'm jumping from hanging out with Keisha hard, drama, me and drama, we were like kind of drifted apart, but we would talk here and there, hang out here and there. If like drama wants an event or has somewhere to go, or she wants me to come with her and I don't have nothing to do, I'll go with her. But at the time, Keisha was my main friend now. Aisha was gone, so Keisha was my ride or die. Like, that was my home skillet, right? So me and Keisha's hanging out all the time, okay? Fast forward, find out Keisha end up messing with my Moped, which is my baby daddy. Bang, bang, bang. That will be a whole story time. And then me and Keisha start being cool. So now I start being really cool with Tara. So Tara, and now this is when Tara is dating Ike, right? So Rico, I know Rico because of Doinggg, and Rico is mad cool with Tara now, right? So Rico and me started having like conversation. We'll talk on the phone all the time. He will, because now I'm kind of single. I'm single. My baby father, that I end up having a baby. My baby father, became my baby father. Mind you, yeah, I was dumb. I ended up finding out he slept with my friend, and then I cried to him, and then I went back. I mean, child, went back to my baby daddy and ended up pregnant, and yeah. So then at that point, that's when me and Tara became cool. When I got pregnant, that's when I became cool. That's when me, Tara, and drama became like this. Everybody, we was all cool, right? So those were my main friends. During my pregnancy, everybody in high school, and they're not gonna really hang out with you because now you're pregnant. And I had a bad reputation because now I'm pregnant by the girl that Keisha slept with, right? That was my man, but even though it was my man, I ended up still going back. So now I'm known as Brighton's dummy. Tasha's so dumb. Did you hear Keisha slept with her man? She still was with him. Okay, so I end up hanging out with Tara, end up having Adaya. You know, Adaya's father end up Moped ended up deciding that he didn't want to be with me. You know, I was living with his mom for a little bit, and then they was trying to low-key take Adaya from me. Like, they were like, oh, you know, I don't feel like I believe in a woman living with a man. You know, you're not married. I got it, you know what I'm saying? But then the mother started really kind of like bullying me. Oh my God, like trying to like paint me my narrative and trying to take my daughter. And it's like, thank God I had my uncle and my aunt that were like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? They would have took my kid from me because they was trying to paint this narrative of me that I wasn't. But I think the fact that the mother wanted me to give up my rights, she's like, go to school, enjoy, I'm here, I'm your village. But she just wanted me to lose the custody of my kid. So, okay, fast forward, end up getting my own apartment. I'm doing my thing. This is my time, right? I'm doing my thing. Now, every time, now I got an apartment. Now everybody's my friend. Everybody got a problem. I had this girl that I used to work with. She lived with me for a little bit. As you know, I started talking. She was the one who put me on with Jean, and I started dating Jean. I think that story. No, is that story time yet? But okay, if not, I'll make a story time with Jean. No, I don't think I have a story time with Jean, introducing Jean. But anyways, so she was the reason why I ended up dating Jean, because she felt as if that she wanted me to move on from my daughter's father, because she's like, your daughter's father is shit, fuck that nigga, like type of thing. And I was like, no, you know, I was like crazy. I told you I was like crazy for my daughter's father, but it wasn't because the fact that I loved him. I think it was just the fact that I felt like I didn't want people to win. Even though he wasn't a prize, and the fact that Shorty Keisha was still kind of messing with him, I wanted to always be that girl. I don't know, it was a weird thing. Self-esteem, no self-esteem, right? So me and Tara started kind of like, now I got my apartment, I'm kind of having fun. This is the time frame. This is the beginning, right? So this is before Jean and that girl living in my house. This is the time I'm in my apartment, and I feel like I wish I never met Trifling's sister. I mean Trifling to live in my house, and I never wish I left Shorty to live in my house. I feel like they're the reason why I lost kind of everything in a way, and I'm gonna explain. So and I lost everything twice. I know it's not them, it's me now, right? So now we have me and Tara start hanging cool. Now this is when me, Samantha, and Tara started being cool, because Samantha and Tara were cool. But me and Samantha started becoming cool because we ended up being pregnant at the same time. I had my baby in May, she had her baby in August. So we started becoming cool. And Tara was the girl. Tara was losing weight. Tara was enjoying her life. Tara was partying. We didn't have as much freedom as Tara, right? So she started chilling with Rico mad hard. But Rico and me would talk on the phone, whatever, because we were cool. Like, we were cool because, first of all, because of tongue ring, because he used to party with tongue ring here and there, and because of Tara. But I knew Rico before Tara, so we all just kind of became cool. Rico will call me, because now I'm going through baby daddy drama. So I'm explaining to Rico, like, oh, this is what's happening, whatever the case may be, whatever. Cool. So Rico starts becoming like my friend. Like, we are on the phone all the time. We are like, I'm not gonna sit here and say my friend, I'll say my associate. You know, we'll talk here and there. Rico will check on me. Rico's like, yo, and Rico's a flirt, so he's like, oh, you looking good, you looking fine, da 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 da. I said, okay, you know what, whatever. So one day, I don't remember like what happened. I think Tara was going through it with the Duke Ike, right? So Rico ended up calling me and it was asking me like, yo, you know, what's going on with Tara with this dude? You know, I don't want to F up no man, blah, 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 blah. You know, Tara needs to see her worth, whatever. And I said, yeah, but you know, you got to let her learn, because she's not going to learn by herself. You got to let her learn. But I think the fact that Tara was lonely, so she was jumping from, and Rev, she wanted to move on from these men. So I'm like, yeah, you know, you just got to let her learn, whatever the case may be. So he's like, yeah, you know, I don't want to, he's a little boy. Mind you, Rico's small too. He's like, he's a little boy, I don't got time for that, because my nigga, da, da, da. Alright, cool. So we end up like having conversation. We're talking here and there. You know, he was just like that friend that would trickle in between him, Johnny, and LJ, right? So LJ is like now in my life hard because now I got a place. I'm explaining to LJ about my life. So LJ is my main friend, right? Because when I had nothing in my apartment, LJ came, got me food, got me lights, got me stuff for the bathroom. LJ really spent a bag on me, and I always say that, like, I need to find LJ, like I need to pay him back. So LJ was like one of my only friends. I will say his actions showed he was my friend. Okay, he was not like Judah who was like, oh yeah, I'm your friend, I'm cool with you, I'm cool with you. No, his actions showed like, yo, I'm cool with you, I'm your friend, I'm here for you, right? So we start like hanging out all the time, where, you know, me and Tara and all of us, I'm going from Samantha's house back and forth. I would, like, sometimes if Tara's driving or she's going to the party, Rico's with us, right? So Samantha would be like, oh, because Rico likes everybody and Rico flirts with everybody. So Samantha was like, oh, you know, Rico, you seen Tara's friend Rico? And I said, yeah, he's not cool. You know, I'm like, yeah, he's cool. You know, he's just her party friend. She's like, you think they're having sex? I said, no, I don't think so. Whatever. So Rico and me now, we're talking on the phone a lot now. Rico and me are like, we're on the phone, we're having a conversation, we're laughing, making jokes. You know, we're hanging out, like having fun. We're talking all the time, having conversation. And we're always on the phone with each other. And I'm like telling him like different things, like, you know, we're talking, he's talking about his baby mother and the drama that he's going with his baby mother. And Rico always has a girl. Like every time I talk to Rico, there's a new girl. Like girls will be really fighting for him. I'm like, why are they fighting? I'm telling Tara, like, why are people fighting for Rico? Rico is not cute. No, right? She's like, I don't know, like everybody likes Rico, blah blah blah. But Rico has a good personality. Okay, Rico's funny. Rico knows how to conversate with you. Rico knows how to uplift you. So Rico and me, we're vibing, we're talking, right? So Tara and I started kind of drifting apart because now Tara stopped dating Ike and she's dating her big nose drug pen boyfriend. So now me and Samantha are always together all the time, right? But Tara and I will talk on the phone here and there. But Tara's now, she's occupied with the new boyfriend because that's how Tara is. If she got a boyfriend, you're not seeing Tara no more. She'll pop up if the boyfriend's at work, use your house, and then slowly leave, right? So now me and Samantha were chilling hard, right? So one day, I think I was home and I'm like by myself. So now this is the you know, I'm moving to my apartment. My daughter's father has definitely dropped me now because at the time I told you we was messing around for a long time. So my daughter's father drops me. He leaves me. He's pissed. He told me to my face, I want to work it out with my family. I want to work it out with my girl. I don't want to be with you in that way. And I was heartbroken. I was acting like a baby mother, trying to fight, arguing, acting crazy, okay? So I am explaining to Rico, like, yo, can you believe? And then Rico's giving me word of encouragement, like, well, you got to see in his point of view too. It's toxic that you guys are still messing around because you do have a kid. This is not good for your kid, blah, 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 blah. I have to go get my phone. Okay, so he's like, yeah, you got to understand as a, as a man, you know, at least he's taking the right initiative to be with the other girl, and you know, he's just probably not the person for you, blah blah blah. So I'm like explaining my hurt because at the time frame, yeah, even though me and my daughter's father were broken up, I was always number one. I was always number one. So if I need something, he will come out his way. But now he's with his girlfriend. He's like, yo, I'm gonna be with her. The moped was like, that's the love of my life. I don't care. She's a good woman, and yada yada yada. And she was stable. She had a place. She had a car. She had everything. And I was like trying to get him back. Like, you know what? I'm gonna get a car. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. But he just, I wasn't mature enough for him anyways. I was immature. My mentality was immature. The way I wanted him to grow, I didn't want that for myself. So my daughter's father was only around when he needed something. When it was tax season, when he knows big money's coming around, he always has a problem. I'm going to flip it, and he will leave me high and dry. He was kind of like the devil. Like, they both are kind of the same, but it kind of was my fault because I was a dummy. I was giving them money, you know. So if I was a man and I had a woman that was dumb that was giving me money, I would take it too, you know? So I'm explaining. So me and Rico start being cool because we're talking on the phone all the time. So this is now I'm hanging out with Samantha hard. Me and Samantha are together all the time. I'm talking to Samantha all the time. But Rico starts kind of confiding more in me because now Tara's not really around like that. And Tara don't understand what he's going through. So Tara kind of became his party friend, right? More like me and Rico are both like, well, I can't say he was vulnerable, but he wasn't. But now I'm at a vulnerable place. Now I want to find a man because now my baby daddy moved on. Now I want to move on because I'm going to find a man too, right? So I'm sitting here, I'm talking to Rico. Sorry, this bang. I'm talking to Rico every day. I'm on the phone with Rico every day. We're vibing, we're talking, it was a vibe. We're having fun, we're explaining. Rico comes from a party, he will call me, he'll tell me about his baby mama drama. He'll tell me about the girls he's dating. I'll tell him about, well, at the time I wasn't dating nobody, right? Because I was kind of like the only person I ever was really messing with was my daughter's father. But now my daughter's father's not even messing with me no more because now he's faithful to his girlfriend. And I'm not really seeing him as much, right? So now he's like having family. Now he wants to play the role, like and then in my heart, he's around my daughter more. But in my heart, I feel as if like I'm being replaced because the mother's saying, "Oh, she's a better mother than you. You're not even a good mother." But then I started noticing the mother, what knew my insecurity was another woman around my kid, right? So now she's trying to destroy me through my daughter so she can be like, oh yeah, she's not fit, so they can use this against me. So I'm really acting a fool. I'm acting crazy. I'm fighting, I'm arguing. Me and my baby daddy are fighting or whatever. So when I started talking to Rico, Rico's like, yo, you gotta move on. Like, you can't be fighting this man. You have a daughter now. It's crazy. But the crazy thing is I was not that girl. Like, he's like, you're not even that type of girl. What happened? And I'm like, I don't know. Why would he leave me? Like, I'm acting crazy, right? So Rico's like my home skilling. We're talking here and there. Rico's he used to work a lot. Like, and one thing I gave Rico, I promise you, out of every man I know, Rico was one of the top dudes father-wise. He was a great dad. Yo, if he's with his kids, he is not talking to us. No, he's not talking to no female. His kids was his priority. He was the first man I seen that did everything for their kids. He was a good dad. He'll party and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But his kids was his priority. He'll bring his kids to school. He'll bring his kids to after school. He makes sure he paid for his kids. He makes sure he get his baby mother's money. They'll argue because, him and his baby mother will fight and stuff. But he was a dad. Like, I give him that. Like, I remember when him and the baby mother was going through it, he was like, y'all, I don't give a fuck. Like, she got the wrong one. Like, I will take you to court for my kids. Like, he loved his kids. And he was such a good guy. Like, every girl he met, he would go hard for their kids. But it's not like he would drop his kids. Like, I get Rico out of every man. Like, even if me and him don't get along, like, now, well, we don't even have problems. But I will explain. I'm going to finish. So, but Rico was a very, very good dad. So Rico and I we're talking on the phone all the time, whatever. And Rico always go, yo, when you gonna let me come over? When you gonna? Because I told you, Rico's not a type of dude that's pretend he's your friend. He telling you that he just want to F you, okay? So he's like, when you gonna come over? When you gonna come over? I said, you know what? Every day I'm like, nah. Like, I am not messing with you, And then he was like, come on. Like, one day he was like, I think, like, I haven't really heard from Tara. So I was like asking Rico, like, oh, have you heard from Tara? He's like, no, not really. I was like, oh, I hope she's okay. He's like, nah, she got a boyfriend, whatever, she's fine. And I'm like talking, we're vibing, okay? And I'm talking to Samantha, and Samantha and I, like, it's like kind of like we were on three-way. And it was me, Rico, and him, because it used to be me, Rico, sometimes Samantha. We'll all be on the phone, Tara. Yo, those days, we had so much fun. So Tara's on the phone doing her own thing, and then Tara's like, oh, I'll call you back. She was dating, or she was talking to No Job, so her and No Job will have conversations. She'll be like, oh, Tasha, I'll call you back. We're like, okay. So then we'll go talk to each other. We're talking to each other. We're having fun. We're, me and Rico's coming from a party. Rico that night. Rico go, I'm going to be going out to the club or something. I said, okay. he was like, I'll call you later, because sometimes we'll just stay on the phone and he'll drive, whatever. I said, okay, cool. So Rico's asking me like, oh, have you seen Tongue Ring? And I'm like, nah, you know, I haven't spoken to Tongue Ring. But I think at that time, all of us haven't really seen Tongue Ring. But I think it was like an unspoken word that Tasha is for Tongue Ring. Like, everybody should know, I guess. Because even like, after, anyways, right? So I said, now I haven't seen Tongue Ring for a minute, right? He's like, yeah, me neither. You know, I used to chill with him, whatever, hard, blah, 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 right? So he's like, okay, I'm about to go to a party. I'll talk to you later. If you're up, I'll catch up with you. If you're not, you're not. So I'm like, okay. So Tara calls me that day too. Like, so it was me, Tara, and Samantha on three-way. We're just conversating, right? And Tara's like talking. You know, we're having, all of us is having fun. I was like, yo, I was telling everybody, like, yo, I'm gonna exercise. Like, literally, we used to be on the phone exercising. Tara would do her thing. Sometimes she's cooking for Big Nose, her Big Nose drug dealer. Samantha would meet, and Samantha and I will work out, or Samantha would be like, yo, I'm not in the mood. I'll just talk. And it used to become a routine. So Tara ended up hanging up the phone. She's like, yo, I'm gonna call you later. My Big Nose drug boyfriend came from work. I'll call you later. So Samantha, I don't know what happened. I think Samantha was like, something. There was a reason why. But Samantha always calls me back. So Samantha said there's a reason why she's gonna call. No, I think No Job came over or whatever, or something happened, because it was late. It was something late that it was, I think it was her mom. I think her mom, because when her mom comes over, her mom's, like when her mom comes home, her mom likes to talk to her or whatever. They had a good relationship, but it was toxic. So her mom will come and I'll say hi to her mother and whatever. I think it was her mom. Yeah, I think it was her mom. So she's like, I'll call you back or whatever. So I said, okay, cool, you know, whatever. So I'm like, it was late. So I'm like, you know, and Dad wasn't with me, so I was just lonely. And I feel like that was the most loneliest time of my life, because now I'm like, in my feelings, because if I'm not on the phone with somebody, now I'm thinking about, dang, this girl has my daughter, he has my family, she has, like, you know, even though there was no family, and I'm like kind of like up, because I can't sleep, I'm watching TV, I'm in the house by myself, I don't really have nobody to talk to. And you know, if Tara's not on the phone with me or Samantha's not on the phone with me, I'm literally not on the phone. Me and my sister wasn't as close yet. We'll talk here and there, but we wasn't as close as we are now. My cousins, we didn't really talk on the phone like that. So my cousin was married at the time, so we didn't really talk to anybody. So I was just kind of by myself, right? I didn't even really have like men on my roster, because my roster was my baby daddy. So I didn't have nothing, so I'm just sitting there, whatever. So it was late. I went to go take a shower. I'm like hanging out. Like, that's the only time I'll have a party. I worked out, took a shower. I was like, let me just clean. I used to clean really late all the time. I used to do it on purpose. I'll stay up at night so my days could go by faster. It was weird, because I don't know, something about the daytime, knowing that my daughter's with the family, it was weird. Like, I used to really like be in my brain, and I couldn't wait till my daughter come home, because I used to be so by myself. So I'm like sitting here waiting, you know, for my daughter to come home, and I'm like, you know, I ain't got nothing to do, let me exercise. I remember I cleaned, and then I was like, let me just go watch TV, because I wasn't the cleanest person. But when I had my little Brockton apartment, baby, I was so clean. I loved my apartment. I was so grateful for my apartment, right? So I'm like learning low-key how to be a grown-up. You know, I'm learning to clean, I'm learning to really, like, I knew how to cook, but now I'm learning how to cook again, because I haven't cooked for real by myself. I used to watch people cook, but now I have to cook for myself, and I'm learning different recipes, and I'm learning different things. So now, honestly, it was like the time I'm like kind of had to learn myself. And I said, I wish I was so smart back then and I did social media, because I would have been far. Because I feel like that was my prettiest moments, like my prettiest moments. So I'm like chilling. So Rico calls me. He's coming from the club, and Rico's like, what's up, what's up, what's up? He's like, where you at? I said, home? He's like, oh, I'm in Brockton, I'm gonna come through. And I said, usually I'm like, no. I think, you know what, sure. Rico's like, what? I'm like, fine, just fine. Now, honestly, I was to a point I just didn't care. I'm like, I've been by myself, I've been with nobody, whatever. So Rico was like, what? Okay. Nigga, Rico came over, right? And it was like we just got straight to business, right? Child. The bang bang chicken bang bang. Rico is till this day my #1. Yo. The sex was phenomenal. I don't think a man. I was so speechless. The way that man did me. Yeah. I think it was just like more, we both was in shock, right? And then we did it the next day again. He came over the next day, we did it again. And then after that, mind you, okay, so for example, he came from a club on Saturday. We did again on Sunday, right? And then my daughter was supposed to come back Monday. So I was like, okay, you know, my daughter's always important. When my daughter comes, nobody's coming to my house. So we talked about it, but it was, baby, so that's Sunday night. Okay, so we did it Saturday and Sunday. Sunday night, Rico told everybody. Tara calls me and says, Tasha. I said, yeah. She said, you mess with Rico? And I said, what? Who said that? And I tell you, that was back in my compulsive liars day. Who said that? Now. She's like, Rico told me. Then I ended up telling her the truth. Like, yeah. She's like, oh my God, how was it? You know, I'm talking. Yo, the whole Boston found out. He told everyone. So Tongue Ring calls me that day, right? And honestly, I don't even know why I even felt bad. Mind you, me and Tongue Ring haven't been together since we was in high school. But I just think it's just a cold, like, you know, I hang out with him and you mess with him. But me and Tongue Ring only dated for 2 months. 2 months, right? But at that time, you know, it's more like the code. Like, that's my homie type thing, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So he comes, he calls me, he's like, yo, Tasha, can I talk to you, have a conversation with you? I said, okay, cool. He's like, yo, you mess with Tongue Ring. I mean, you mess with Tongue Ring. Calls me that night and he's like, hey, I think it was on Facebook. He's like, hey, can you call me? And he gave me his cell phone and he's like, yo, like, I wasn't expecting that you would mess with Rico. That hurt me. Like, you know, like, I always thought in my heart, like, we would always be together again. And I felt bad. Like, I'm so sorry. But I don't think in my mind, like, why? Why? You cheat on me with colorful hair. You try to get with Triflin's. I think he messed with Triflin's, Triflin. And he took her to prom. Like, you talked to people that used to go to school with me. You did everything. But then in my mind, I'm like, nigga, at first I felt bad. I'm so sorry, you know, I didn't mean to hurt you, because, you know, in my mind I was like, I really didn't care. But I was like, you know, he was hurt. So, you know, and then it kind of went around. Tasha messed with Rico. Tasha messed with Rico. I mean, he told everybody. Even to a point, Rico was so popular, right? Like, every Haitian dude I came through, like, met, Rico knew. So when I was messing with Chocolate, I had to tell Chocolate, like, I messed with Rico. I met Triflin's brother. Triflin's brother is Rico's boss. Yo, I was like, what the fuck? It's like a haunted. Then when, okay, so I end up meeting, and I'm going to fast forward, when this was going to be a whole story time too. Fast forward, I end up dating Jeremiah's dad, right? The devil. The devil comes to me and breaks up with me. And I'm like, why? He was like, Rico's my boy. Rico's my boy. Rico told me, and Rico was dissing you. But I told you, my daughter's father is a compulsive liar. So I was like hurt. I'm like, what? Like, why would Rico come up to you? But Rico said, no, that's not what happened. So my daughter's father said Rico came to him in the job and waited his whole shift. Like, yo, I'm not leaving. I found out you're messing with Tasha. Tasha's a hoe. Tasha's easy. Rico was like, no, that's not what happened. He said, yo, I think something's wrong with homeboy. He said, this is what happened. Because I hated Rico. I'm like, why are you messing up my reputation? Like, why are you saying this? Like, yo. And then Rico came. Like, one day I seen Rico downtown. And Rico was like, Rico was like, Tasha, come here. Let me talk to you, right? And I said, yeah. And then he asked me, he's like, yo, you still with the devil? I said, yeah. You know, because at the time, and I was kind of explaining how bad the devil was and how he still, you know, what's happening. And Rico was like, I want to apologize to you because I didn't expect us to have beef. He said, your baby daddy came up to me and told me he's throwing a surprise party for his girl. And I told him, I said, oh, really? Whatever. He said, who you are. And I said, which Tasha? Tasha from where? And he tells me who you are. He said, I don't want to be fake to you. Me and Tasha messed around. And he was like that you you have some good stuff. He's like, I think that's what made him mad. Like, he's like, I'm not gonna lie, I told him you were like one of the best women I ever had. And he felt away. But he started victimizing that around me. And at a point I was like, really, like, oh my God, no. But then at a point I had to tell him, I said, yo, we used to argue. I said, yeah, because he is good. Like, Rico is one of my number ones. I ain't gonna lie. Rico is one of the best men I ever had, baby. And he was a little man, but baby, the sex was sexy. Okay, I am not gonna lie. He was one of the best men I ever had. He is the only, like, honestly, he is my, besides Gene is all, like I would say, Gene and Rico on the same level, but Rico, I have not met a man besides, okay, so my best man is Judah. If you guys don't know, I don't know if I told people like Judah and me messed around. So Judah's my number one. And then Rico and Gene are right here. But Rico's better. Then comes Gene. But they're like right here. It's like tingle tingle. Oh my God, like Rico? Whatever woman, I used to be like, oh, I get why his baby mother is crazy for him. I think he said Tara and him messed around. I can't remember. Somebody told me Tara and him messed around, but I don't know, because Tara, you know, a lot of girls are secretive, but Tara was secretive. But I think Tara and him messed around too. But baby, I told Tara all the time, I said, yo, that man introduced me to how to have sex. Like, I thought I was having sex. No. Nobody know how to do it like Rico. Rico, call me if you're single. No, sir, I'm just playing, just not playing. What is it? Turned out to be the best ever. If Rico was smart, I think I'll be his baby mama. No, son, that's why I'm not. Yo, Rico. Alright, don't worry about it. I don't think Rico watches me, but baby. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.